welcome to Flight Test. I'm Josh, and this is Josh.
Hi.
Now, let's say that you just got into the RC hobby, or maybe you're just thinking about it, and you got a new plane, maybe for Christmas. But then you look outside, and there's snow everywhere.
And there's wind.
And it's freezing cold.
And the batteries don't last long.
So what we want to do today is we want to show you some three different planes that are great beginners that can also be flown indoors.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to wait till springtime and summer to get into the hobby. There's a lot of really great options, and there's a lot of key benefits to flying indoors.
Right. So we went to a place called Pinnacle Indoor Sports Arena, and it's got a great big open dome, I guess you would call it, and we did some flying there, so check it out.
Hey Josh, what do you got there?
I got the Night Vapor. This guy is really small, really lightweight.
It's been around for years.
Yeah, it's pretty docile too.
Yeah, very, very common. If anyone has ever flown indoors, they probably have seen this at least once. They started off with the original Vapor, didn't have the lights, but later on they added the lights. It's a great value because not only when you fly it during the day, it helps you keep your orientation.
Yeah.
There are a couple downsides with it though, isn't there?
Yeah, well this material tears really easily.
Yes.
As you can see, we put some Scotch tape on it, so it's not really that hard to fix.
You don't want to mix this plane with this plane in midair.
Right.
It's not a good thing.
Not so much.
Exactly.
It'll chew it up.
Yeah, so it gets damaged and you can't simply repair this as well either.
Yeah.
And also, if you're flying outside and there's more than about a 2-mile-an-hour wind, you're not going to be able to fly this thing.
Not so much.
I think that's why they call it the Night Vapor, because usually we get the most calm weather in the middle of the night.
I did not know that.
Yeah, you can fly it after the evening falls. But predominantly it's an indoor plane. Now the minimum flying area, guess what you can fly this in?
Could you fly it in a large living room?
Yes.
Could you fly it in a garage?
Yes.
Could you fly it in this indoor sports complex?
Pinnacle Sports Arena?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
It's actually the point you get to the far end, it'll take you about 30 seconds.
Really?
And that's a key point. Once you get an airplane, pick it out, the slower you can make the plane fly indoors, the bigger the venue is going to feel. So this is honestly one of the very best choices you can pick.
Very cool.
Just keep in mind, when you do pick up one of these, pick up a couple extra parts. Pick up some spare props, another landing gear set, and also this little
circly thing.
The little circly thing, yeah, it's your prop shaft.
That's a technical term.
If you get a very, very hard nosedive into the ground, there's a chance you're going to break your prop, but also those prop shafts are quite weak.
Okay.
So you'll either bend it or snap it right at the threads, and you don't want that. So pick up those extra parts now, it'll keep you flying.
Okay.
All right?
All right, another one is the FT Flyer.
Yeah, this is kind of going to the other spectrum. You cannot fly this in a living room.
No, not so much.
The benefits of this is you can build it in the evening. It's $1 sheet of foam board.
Right.
And all straight cuts. And it's very, very simple. So you're not only getting into the hobby, but you're also learning how to scratch build as well too.
Right, and it's easy to repair if you
Exactly. And this is actually part of our 3-pack starter kit for the swappables. It comes with this, a nut ball, and also an FT Delta. And that way, as you go through the progression, you're learning a little bit more about flight basics and also building techniques.
Right.
By the time you're done with the Delta, you're ready to go onto a 4-channel.
Sweet.
But there's also another aspect to the hobby. And Alex Zavada has that right here.
Yes, this is brand new. And this is pretty sweet. This is the Duet.
The Duet.
Sounds
from
harmonious.
HobbyZone.
From HobbyZone. And you know what? This is where they're taking technology to an extreme, aren't they?
It's a very simple plane, but it packs a lot of technology.
And out of all these, it's the cheapest too. $59.
$59.
Yeah.
20-inch wingspan. It weighs about 1.3 ounces.
And that's a stark contrast because Josh's over there is 1/3, and this here is about 7.
So this is an all foam wing, no spar. You can see how light it is.
Yeah.
And the nice thing about it is even the props are real bendy. Everything's real forgiving.
Yeah.
So even if you do crash it nose down, actually you have your is it your son's Duet?
Yes.
That they've been using for what, 6 months now or so?
It's been about 4 months. It looks like it's been flying for about 3 years. They have put this through so much carnage, but what's kept it alive is from the wingtip to the nose. You can actually see if you hit the ground there.
The whole motor and prop system
The motor
there
and
is
prop
like
are protected.
It's encased.
Another thing too that you might notice is there's no rudder.
Yeah.
There's no ailerons. There's just an elevator. And the way they pull that off is with differential thrust.
Yes.
So, and it has gyros in it too. So it flies like on rails.
They call that virtual instructor. It's gyros.
Gyros, yes.
But 150 milliamp battery, right?
Yeah. Actually,
cool.
yeah, 150. And you made a cool comparison that I liked earlier. It's kind of like a little twin-engine Radiant.
Yeah.
It's kind of how it flies. It glides real good, real forgiving with its stall characteristics and whatnot. So,
It carries
It is a
larger
little bit
glide
faster
slope.
though.
Yes.
It's a little bit faster than like the Vapor, so you do need a bigger space to fly.
Yeah, minimum area on this is probably.
They said in the manual 300 feet, 300 by 300.
Now, you know what? A lot of people wanting to get in the hobbies, there's different principles, and also a lot of people want to get people into the hobbies. And today we want to not just talk about airplanes, but we also want to show you some techniques that are fun games that will also introduce them to principles that you really need to know, like turning and leveling out, turning and leveling out. A dangerous thing nowadays is if you get something like the Vapor or this, they're just happy watching it go in circles, but they're not controlling the airplane. That's not teaching them how to fly. So instituting things like pool noodles or a table can oftentimes give them the sense that they want to control it to do something. So you want to put a purpose to it. And we're going to show you a couple tricks like that right now.
Doing carrier takeoffs here.
I like it.
Watch out, Austin. Watch out, Austin.
Nice miss. All right, I'll go last here. We set the pool noodles in a square. The reason we want to do this is the first thing you want to teach people to do is to actually not hit the cameraman.
Sorry, Luke.
Hey, Luke,
Taking off.
that was initiation. Everybody has to go through that.
Welcome to the family. Well, one of the reasons why we really emphasize with pool noodles is to get people in the habit of turning and then straightening out. That's a very key skill that you have to learn early on, because if you don't have that, you're basically flying circles. There's not many circle patterns that you want to really utilize. You want to always be able to turn and straighten out. This will also prep them for learning how to do landings. And that's another skill that's going to come up later. Got it!
Show that pool noodle who's boss.
So how you like the night vapor, Josh?
It's handling pretty well, except we do have a larger battery on it than what it calls for, so it's a little bit heavier than it should be.
Flying a little fast.
Yeah, well, the climb, it doesn't climb like I want it to.
Yeah.
But other than that, it handles real well. How's the Duet handling, Alex?
Oh, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's on rails, yeah. It's a little bit faster than you, but Josh, I think, has the best flight envelope with the FT Flyer. He can go faster and slower than both of us, I
Got the
think.
best of both worlds.
The shape of the FT Flyer's wings gives you the ability to kick it up into high alpha where you're flying more off of rudder. Matter of fact, let's see if we can just darn near stop this thing here. Let's chase. You can just walk the thing.
Nice.
Just like that. Which, by the way, if you ever go to indoor flying events, they oftentimes have things called carrier landing competitions where they put a table out, and that's one reason why we wanted to introduce that to you today, because it's fun. Reason being,
Oh, there's your...
prop wash,
Yeah.
because you can do that.
Does that
Nice.
count?
Yes, it does.
So what's the game here? Touch and goes?
Touch and goes. Doing this is going to give you the ability to have people learn how to land properly on the runway. You don't want to land right at the beginning of the runway, and you don't want to land right at the end. You want to learn right at the first quarter of the runway so you have proper rollout.
We got 10 points, 5 points, and 1 point.
Yes, exactly. And no points for the very beginning. Oh, yeah!
All right, coming in.
So no points
right.
for that?
No points for that. That was epic.
Just making sure I'm clear.
Almost. Does that count? You good, brother?
Yeah. All three?
One key thing to keep in mind with flying is there's lots of, matter of fact, this is where the Doylestown Barnstormers fly. Go ahead and make sure that whenever you want to go ahead and go to an indoor event where people are flying regularly, find out what they're flying. If they're flying lots of planes like the FT Flyer, get into something a little bit faster that complements it. If they're flying lots of vapors, fly a vapor. Reason being is you don't want to bring an FT Flyer into an environment of a whole bunch of vapors, or you're going to be chewing up lots of planes, kind of like what we did.
Also, you want to make sure there's not some dude with a giant
There was 5
boom with a GoPro
Nice.
on the end of it,
Yeah.
Yes.
waving around in the middle of the flying field. Hey, can you stop trying to hit my plane?
Oh, there's 5.
I'm up to 10.
You up to 10?
Yeah.
Nice.
I have no negative points.
That's always a good thing.
How much for the GoPro?
20
GoPro's
points.
20 points.
20
Okay, I'm
points.
up
That
to
takes
20.
some skill.
The Duet, it doesn't tip stall, but it doesn't really high alpha too well. It just kind of it'll go into like an oscillating stall. But it's very recoverable. It works really well. Oh man.
How much if you get underneath the 10? Does that give you any points? Now, one thing to keep in mind here is if you're getting people into the hobby and you're flying something like a Vapor, you don't want to give, say 5 or 6 year old kids a DX6i radio or something that's really expensive, but you don't want to give them a lot of forward pressure. So one solution to that is you can take something simple. We're going to put a pattern on it. It's a limiter disc, and basically it'll sit inside your gimbals and keep your kids from being able to spike the airplane. It also can have one for the throttle, and that will keep them from being able to go too excessive on the throttle and overstress the airplane. Well, we got all new batteries, right?
Yep. Yes.
All right, time to turn up the ante a little bit more. And after you're getting used to doing touch and goes off of tables and flying around pool noodles in any configuration, start taking some tables and stacking them up and flying through it.
Sounds safe.
It sounds really safe, doesn't it? Just don't climb on top of them.
So they say 5 points on the lower one and 10 points on the higher one?
Sounds perfect.
Sounds good.
Let's do it.
All right.
I don't know. Ah! Oh wait, wrong radio.
Oh. I was wondering why I wasn't running up.
Thank you.
It's important to make sure you're down on top of the plane.
That's always a good thing. The bad thing is I gotta fly high alpha when I go through these.
Coming in hot.
1 point.
Nice.
Wow.
I did not expect it to go that smooth.
What's that count as?
So the top one is 5 points.
Top one's 10 points.
Ooh, I got 10 points.
Yeah, you're up to 10.
Coming in hot.
Nice.
20 points.
I think I ripped my. There we go. Got it trimmed.
Nice, Josh.
Did you get 10 points?
Can that count? Can that count?
Yeah, that
Oh.
counts. It counts as long as you're beating Bixler.
I think the FT Flyer has revealed a strong weakness here.
Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do.
There we go. There's 10. Alex, I'm catching up to you.
There's 35.
Are you using your differential thrust for evil?
There's 40. Oh no.
That's right. Break your prop. Oh, there's 30. Are you and I challenge? No, you're 35, aren't
I'm
you?
at 35. Oh no, I'm at 40.
Oh, you're 40.
I'm at 45.
You cheater.
50. 55. All right, I'm gonna go for a 10-pointer.
Oh, you're not gonna live.
I feel comfortable with my lead for a little bit.
What am I up to? 30. Oh! That was horrible. Josh, you're doing great, brother. Oh, there you go, man. What are you up to? 20.
20 now, yeah.
This is awesome. Oh,
Ooh,
okay. There's 50 for me
I'm
now.
up to 70
Oh my
with
gosh.
that last one.
I gotta do some hardcore flying.
And come down.
All right, there's 60. My wing is so mangled now. You know, we never put a time limit on this, so we can just
80.
basically go until someone
First person
dies.
to 100. How about that?
All right.
I'm at 80.
You know what?
That's
Look
disqualification.
at you.
90. Coming in on the hundo.
You got it. I believe in you. I believe in you.
That's 100.
You got
That's
100.
100.
Well, there you have it.
That was great.
That was great.
Yeah, and you know the neat thing about flying indoors is you can also have some fun games, as we saw.
Yeah.
To really teach them key skills. A lot of times people just like to fly in circles or like to land way beyond them or towards themselves. Those
Yeah.
key games can really help you to learn how to put it at your feet, how to do a turn then correction, turn
Give
then
yourself some
correction.
obstacles to overcome.
Exactly,
sure.
exactly. So please, you know, we still have a couple months of winter, and even in the spring, it's kind of windy and
Yeah.
off and on with the weather. There's lots of great sports arenas, lots of great gymnasiums, lots
Yeah.
of places to fly indoor. If you haven't already, you want to get in the hobby, pick out whichever one is best for you and have some fun.
All right, I want to thank you guys for watching. Thanks to Audible.com for sponsoring this episode. If you go to audible.com/flight test, you can get one free Audible book download.
They have over 150,000 titles.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
150,000. And
Yes.
what's the one that we're talking about today?
It's going to be by Gary Vaynerchuk, and it's called The Thank You Economy. Yes, and it's basically a lot about what Flight Test model is.
Yeah, really.
It's really that businesses today cannot succeed under old business.
Just making money.
By just making money. It has to have honesty, integrity,
making fat stacks,
customer
Joe.
service. Fat?
Fat stacks.
Fat, what's that mean?
Like dollars.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's basically about how businesses need to adopt integrity, honesty, great customer service in order to survive in today's economy.
Right.
And we firmly believe in it. So if you want to read about that, check out Gary Vaynerchuk's
Yeah,
book.
go to audible.com/flight test and get your free download.
Absolutely.
All right, we'll see you guys next
See you
time.
next time.